some women out there who feel like their independence stands higher than them being submissive, and I mean that's in or out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
What you got to submit to if you're not in a relationship? What are we talking about
being
now?
in the middle, and you know what I'm saying? Being the best of co-parents, being the best of.
What level of submission requires co-parent? Like what? Why does a woman need to be submissive in a co-parenting relationship? What are you saying? This some shit. What's up, everyone, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Shitty Parents or Us podcast.
Where we discuss all the shitty stuff from
the perspective of an adoptive mother
and a biological father.
My name is Brandi, and I have an adopted son who's 8 years old.
And I'm Mr. Jamal, y'all. I have 4 biological children, 2 sons who are 8 and 20, and a set of twin daughters who are 5.
Welcome back from your little hiatus.
Welcome back. I'm here once again, and it's glad to be in the building. You know, how are you?
I'm living.
I'm lit, you know.
Obviously.
I'm lit.
And I am yet living.
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
So let's just start this thing out right. We got a lot of trash to talk about tonight. Not a lot. I'm going to just make it quick. So we took a hiatus last week. We had to just deal with some stuff.
Bring it all back to circle completion.
You know, and stuff is not always dealt with, but nonetheless, we are back. So, what was it?
What kind of trash you got?
So I guess like a week and a half ago, whatever, I went back to Missouri/Kansas to one of my friends from college got married.
Turn up, wedding bells, newlyweds. What's happening?
Congrats to Shayla and AJ Jackson.
Shayla and AJ.
So congrats.
J.A.
While I was in Missouri, whatever, hanging out with my girls and catching up and all that, I get a call from my sister. And she was like, hey, did Michael come home with some money, 2 $5 bills in his pocket?
Uh-oh.
I was like, oh, not that I know of, but I'll check when I get back. Didn't think anything of it. When I got back, my friend, one of our friends, came back with me. And so, not thinking about it, she needed to do laundry or whatever. And so I was like, let me wash this load of clothes and get it out so she could do her laundry. Needless to say, I put the clothes in the dryer. And when I'm taking the clothes out, what falls out? A $5 bill and a $1 bill.
No.
Y'all know, doggone well, I don't give my child no money.
Right, because he takes it off the lunch card.
Right.
Bleeds that out, okay? You're not going to cash it and bleed it out.
Right.
You're gonna get
so, needless to say, he did, in fact, steal my nieces and nephews' money. And I've been dealing with that because it's been hard dealing with that.
Thief! I don't like that. You don't like that.
Well, that's what happened to him on the playground. He had stole somebody's toy. And they was like, you a robber. And he got pissed because they was calling him a robber versus the reason why they were doing it. Like, so I've been dealing with that. It's been very hard because I keep getting nowhere. I've reached out to Frisco Police Department, McKinney Police Department.
Why are you calling 12 on your son, though?
Because I need intervention, an advanced level of intervention, where they kind of do like a scare straight program. Because Michael just turned 8 this past weekend, so he just had a birthday. But right.
Big 8.
And so my reasoning for calling 12 on my son is because it's
inexcusable.
While he's 8 now, listen, whatever. While he's 8 now, whatever. But when he turns 16 and he's doing it, and somebody put a bullet through my child's head because he broke in their house, what you mean?
What type of morals? Because I know that.
Hold on. First of all,
don't just come
listen, player, listen. Now, ain't to talk about. My child is adopted. I wasn't his only influence.
Oh, so that's what we're gonna blame.
Yeah.
But you have been his environment. You have.
Everything in my house, I bought it. Everything.
You didn't buy him.
No, I didn't buy him.
Okay,
no,
so
I said everything. My child is not a thing. Everything in my house, I bought. I ain't steal nothing.
Correct.
I don't steal.
Correct.
Because I gotta go to sleep at night.
Okay, so maybe he saw something on a video game, maybe he saw something on a TV show, like. But I'm not saying you per se.
Well, you did kind of start it off kind of like real slightly. It was very shady. Your approach to how you were trying to say about his influence was very shady.
Right. So
because you're trying to imply something in this household.
If there was an implication, I would come direct. You know, I put an address on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit up there and send letters without an address. You know, I put an address on it. So when I said what I said, I was being real general when I said that. As far as, okay, so if the environment is here, guess what? You're not around him all the time. So
no,
guess what?
I'm not.
If he goes to your sister's house, if he goes around his friends, and they're watching Cops and Robbers or they're watching something, and he's like, okay, well, I'll be the robber. Okay, I'll be the cop. You already know how to go. So if the environment, you know, calls for something out of the norm, if you will, and he just kind of takes that and runs with it at the schoolhouse, runs with it at his cousin's house, or runs with it somewhere else. Like, that's where the sticky fingers can come from. Don't, see, and I hate that. Like, why does it seem as though when people say something, instantly it goes into defense? Like, what you trying to say?
What? I mean, absolutely. What parent wouldn't I go
if I say environment, though? If I say
because
environment.
I am his environment. Not saying I'm his
solely,
only. Okay, yeah. Okay. But when you make a statement like that, the common response is to be like, hold on, let me defend my den.
Right.
You know, this is my sanctuary.
True story.
And I'm going to defend it at all costs.
Absolutely.
There is no negativity in the sanctuary allowed. I would sage it.
Sage it.
Hell up out of here.
Goodbye. You got to go.
You gotta, huh? Okay. Gotta. But I talked to his therapist. I reached out to my therapist. But going back to my point about reaching out to 12, I have one of my cousins. He's a former Fort Worth Police Department officer. So I reached out to him. Basically, and I reached out to Denton.
Denton too? Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to get intervention. Basically, I got nowhere.
Yes.
I even reached out to I even reached out to the state. Like, they have this deal for post-adoption resources. I reached out to them and they pissed me off.
You try to return them?
No, I ain't trying to return them.
Oh,
but not today.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That part.
But no, they have post-adoption resources. Like when you need additional help, they're supposed to be there. This is what pissed me off. And this is why I called my sister and I went on a rant. Like, if I'm being completely transparent and honest, I was like, excuse us, our kids are here, and so y'all might hear them in the background. We try to get them to be quiet, but y'all just gonna hear them at this point. So, yeah, you hear the kids in the background. Anyway, there's mine. So I reached out, so I reached out to my sister and I was like, yo, this is the reason why I didn't want to be a parent. Like, this is the reason why, because I don't want to deal with this. Like, I had a very honest conversation with my sister and my grandmother, and I didn't allow anybody to try to make me quiet my emotions, because that's how I felt. Because as a parent, when you feel like you're doing everything you can and you're not getting anywhere, that is frustrating, yo. Like, it is extremely frustrating. So I reached out to the state, like, yo, what resources do y'all have to help me? Because law enforcement saying he's too young to go through the Scared Straight program.
Well, he is 8 years old.
And he was 7 at the last week. He was 7.
What was you thinking? That's what they probably looking on the phone like. What is she?
Well,
doing? Like, come on, man.
No, because age does not. Just like age is not an indication of wisdom. Age also doesn't discredit for delinquent behavior. Like, that's delinquent.
You have to at least be a juvenile. Like, you a kid at this point. You're a kid. At 7, you still a kid.
And he's still doing stuff. Okay, hold on, but we're not talking about one offense. We're not talking about, this isn't his first time stealing, yo. We're talking about, this is like number 3, number 4.
This school year.
And since I've had him, like, since I've been his mom, since I've been his guardian, like, this is we're now saying this is habitual behavior. Like, he keep doing it. So I reached out to the state, like, hey, yo, like, can y'all help me? This what pissed me off. When she said, I'm going to send you an application to fill out. And she said, we're going to need these supporting documents. I reached out to the state's post-adoption resource. They going to tell me I got to fill out an application and they needed my adoption decree. Bro, who you talking to? You can go run my name, his name in the system and see. Stop playing with me.
Right.
When I tell you that pissed me off so bad because now I feel like you're playing with me. If I call the post-adoption hotline, post-adoption phone number, whatever, obviously there was an adoption to have so it could be in post.
True. So they have to know if they pull up your name, hey, look, this is what it is. Like, point blank period.
Like, stop playing with me. So that pissed me off. So I just felt like last week I kept running into like no after no after no. And I'm just like, at what point does anybody take his behavior to be an issue? Because I go back to, he's 7 today or now 8 today. When he's 16, it won't be, if he breaking somebody's house, then it's not going to be like, oh, poor baby. We're not saying poor baby when somebody can put a bullet through his head at 16 because he's doing, and we live in a suburbia, US freaking A. So, like, what then what? And then I can't get, if he go breaks in somebody's home, I can't be mad. I can be hurt, but I have no room to be mad.
At those people, for sure.
At those people.
True.
Like, I don't have a room for that. And so I'm trying to protect my child because I'm raising a black man in America.
Yeah. Basically. That's
where my frustration lies. Like, it's bigger than him taking the toy. It's bigger than him taking the $20 from his classmate. It's bigger than him for taking the money. And then the thing, like I told him, like, we had a very candid conversation last week because I told him, I said,
you and him?
Yeah, me and him. I had a very candid conversation with him driving to the house, and I asked myself, like, I got to the heart of the matter. I said, why did you take that money from them? And he was like, because I was jealous. Jealous for what? Dude, you are the one kid, and I don't want to hear nobody comment about what I'm about to say next. You get everything you get all of what you need and a lot, most of what you want. And if I don't get him something, it's not because I can't afford it. It's because I don't think you need it at that moment.
Correct.
And so, and I said this a few episodes ago, like Michael is spoiled. He is absolutely spoiled. Because when I got him first, our relationship early on was because it was supposed to be temporary. I was learning who this kid was.
Right. And
I was trying to overcompensate for what he had gone through, not knowing this is where we would be at today. So, and even with that, like trying to punish a kid like him is difficult. One, because he's an only child. He doesn't need anybody to create a playground in his mind. That's number one. Number two,
he got a great imagination.
He has an extremely great imagination. And number two, like even the smallest thing he's grateful for, and so he like amplifies it. Like when I'm
about to blow up.
He needed a new jacket because he's lost 2 freaking jackets, and so I bought him another jacket and just another pair of shoes when I was in Missouri. And so he takes this small thing of you need this and amplifies it and makes it seem like, oh, I deserve this. No, you need a jacket because I can't let you freeze.
Right. So it's my fault you walking around with a windbreaker.
Well, he left his jacket at school, so I told him, you going to school without no jacket tomorrow. Guaranteed. Not taking that coat out of here. But these are the things that I'm up against when trying to raise him, parent him. It just seemed like it just keep becoming block after block.
After block after block on the block.
And it's pissing me out quite.
Yeah.
Nah, it's pissing me off.
I mean, like,
it's been stressful.
You went from trash to like the compacted to like the landfill. Like you had a lot.
Because I haven't really had any trash in the last
you know what,
few weeks.
You are exactly right. That's why I gotta go ahead and salute you on that because you really have not.
Like I've been chilling out here. Like parenting was going well for like 3 weeks, and then it reminded me, oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm not what you thought I was in this moment. So what I'm gonna do is this. Ooh.
But it's been very stressful. Like it has kept me up. Oh, and I didn't even finish that. But yeah, we had a very candid conversation, and I told him, I was like, look, if this ain't the family you want, tell me now.
Really?
And I will find you the family.
You would ask a 7 or 8-year-old that after he's been with you for 3 or 4 years? Like,
because obviously in that moment I felt defeated, and I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I'm like, if this is not where you want to be, if I'm not the mom you want, if this isn't the house you want, if this isn't the family you want, tell me now, because I'm not going to keep going through the delinquent behavior. If this is what you want to do, lie and steal, that's fine. You just won't do it here. How many when you?
Kids. Like I can't.
It doesn't matter.
No, but I'm saying like
it doesn't matter to me.
For instance, like when I was young, like I had a thing about fire. Like I liked fire. Like I like matches. I like lighters. Like I like it. And so I would like take my mom's or my granny's lighter and just kind of flick it and do stuff. Well, one day I'm in my granny's living room and I'm behind the couch and I'm flicking. It's like I know this lighter got one more strike left, and that one strike lit this curtain and the whole curtain just went on fire, and I was like, oh,
why you lit a curtain?
Oh, dude. So next thing you know, I'm like, after I got a whooping, a couple weeks later, I found some matches. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside and play with these matches. Well, for whatever reason, I had to learn on my own because a whooping and a beating just would not do it. I had to learn on my own that you really don't need to be lighting stuff around stuff that can catch on fire. So when I lit these matches, I'm just lighting matches and just throwing them, and just lighting matches and just throwing them, and lighting matches and just throwing them. Not realizing I'm in an entirely complete dry patch of grass. And so when I done burnt these people lawn up, now these people over here looking like, who did this? And I'm like, oh, it wasn't me. I done threw the book of matches around. I done ran. So come outside. I go back in the house. The people, they looking outside, looking. Well, they see my mama. And they're like, yeah, we think that your son lit our grass on fire. Oh, no, he wouldn't do nothing like that. Knowing, that's what shout out to the mamas who don't be there for their kids, okay?
That be my point.
She had my back like MC Cataract, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in there.
MC Cataract.
And so next thing you know, she says, no, not my son. So go outside. And the guy's like, well, this is what he lit him up with. Now, my mama had like this one little corner store that she always goes to, and she always get a book of matches. Well, it had the store name as well as the phone number and everything on this book of matches. And she's like, I'll talk to him and see, if he's going to. There wasn't no need to talk, okay? Because when she asked me, and I was like, no, I didn't do that. Before I could say, no, I didn't. Bow! Across the back. Bow! Across the leg. Then it's like she tried to commit to killing me.
You deserve to be. You deserve to be killed for that. Not a physical death, but
Okay, so in that same breath, why, if you feel the way that you do about Michael's doings and Michael's dealings, do you feel as though you should not even try to whoop him? Or
it's not working. He doesn't care.
You're not whooping him on him.
Not true.
You're whooping him on him.
Not true, and I will. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I'm just saying, like.
I plead the fifth. Let me just put it this way. I've tried corporal or physical punishment. At this point, it's not working for him. He needs to understand that at any point, when I get sick and tired of his foolishness, I will send him well on his way. That's what Michael needs. He has, I forget what you call it, but he has it in his mind that no matter what I do, my mom is going to be there.
See?
And to a certain degree, he is absolutely right.
That's how I felt about my mom. Until I got grown. I was like, dang, my mom.
But he has to learn early. He's going to learn early.
He still got a whole nother team with you. A whole nother team.
He better hope he make it to 10.
Really?
I'm not playing. Listen. I will not deal with all the other stuff that we have to deal with, from him watching porn, him being academically behind, like all the other shit I gotta deal with.
Academically is not mathematically. You know what I'm saying? He can sit up there and take some bread if you don't know how to go. Hey, listen, if I get
well,
this,
right now,
if I go to the lunch line, I can spend on my mama card. So, I mean,
the
like,
devil.
I'm just saying, like, he knows.
My point is, this is my point with all of that. With all the other stuff that we have to deal with, the uphill battle stuff that we have to deal with to get him home.
Okay.
The delinquent behavior, you out here running amok in McKinney, Texas. in Collin County.
Mm.
I'm not gonna do it.
Not a good look.
I
Not a
have,
good look.
and I said this to, in all transparency, I have sacrificed far too much to have to look at this kid and see him go down a path that will lead him to jail. Because that's a slap in the face. If I sit by and allow him to go to jail, if I don't do everything possible to keep him from going to jail, that's a slap in the face. That's how I look at that. Right, wrong, and indifferent. I have put my entire life on hold so that he can have a future. And the future was not for him to go to jail. All of this becomes for nothing if he ends up in jail. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. All of this was for nothing.
But I don't think it'll be in vain.
Let's pray not. Saints all over the podcast platforms. Keep
your prayers up.
Keep your prayers
keep hope
up.
alive. Okay?
Keep your prayers
hope
up.
alive.
Because at this point, good thoughts and positive vibes ain't gonna do it. We need prayers. Prayers of the righteous. Prayers of the righteous.
Yes, Lord.
So, enough with the trash stuff, because we've been on that like way too long.
Okay, what you got? What else you got? Let's talk about it.
So, I was on Facebook, as I often am.
Of the book.
And there was a post from a gentleman. He asked a question. He wanted to have open dialogue. He said, how do you feel about single mothers? Let's be completely honest. And he typed this in all caps. When I tell you some men are the scum of the earth.
That was what he said?
No, this is Brandy's.
Oh, okay.
That some men are the scum of the earth. These were some of the comments that was left on this gentleman's post, asking what their thoughts were about single mothers.
You read the question?
Yeah, I know. I read the question. They ain't. They choose that lifestyle. They chose that lifestyle. It takes two to make a baby. The bane of existence.
Ouch.
I saw the BS in my 20s. I never got too deep, but I had some holy red pill spirit minister to me the anti-simp commandments. I visualized Charlton Heston throwing tablets. I don't even know what that means. But then he goes on to say, thou shalt not rob a single mother. Thou shalt not cohabitate with a single mother. That was just some of them. This is in all caps, but like these are snapshots of that somebody posted, a woman posted. And continuing on with the thoughts about single mothers, then someone comes and says, for recreational use, scums of the earth, smash and dash.
Wow.
Something to smash during a drought. They are detrimental to my or a man of means legacy.
Wow. I
can't build anything tangible with them, and they are always in a desperate position for a man. I didn't even know she picked up the other part. They're always in a desperate position for a man of means, resources, when they should have been looking for or been doing it while they were childless and single. So it's he didn't even like this. What pissed me off because it's so grammatically incorrect. So it's a big fat no for me is what he's trying to say. Easy vagina.
Well,
nothing is that's somebody defending. Oh, here's another one. Too entitled and delusional to understand that the baggage means that they must be even more exceptional than women without children and baby daddies. Uh, practically, in short, they are narcissists.
Well,
they are broke, begging too much. I'm like, it was so many. It was so many grammatical errors in here, and they're only good for to be sexually used. Is what he was trying to say. They have babies by losers, and later on expecting the winners to pick up the pieces.
Pick up the pieces.
Like,
wow.
And it keeps going. Like, that's just some of it, and it just keeps going. Here's my problem with this post in a few points. Number one, this had to have come from fatherless, single-parent household men. Because I refuse to believe that a healthy co-parenting or a healthy environment would produce men with a train of thought like this. If your preference is not to date women with children, I by all means respect it.
Why?
Why? Because that's your choice. If you have no kids and you enjoy your life simply traveling the world and moving how you feel, I completely understand it. Not only that, I understand it because that's what I saw for my own life. So that's that. If your preference is to not date women with kids, that is completely fine. Have your preference. If you like skinny women, if you like BBW, whatever your preference is, have your preference. But at that same token, you cannot go and classify single mothers to this. Because that's not all single mothers. I'm a single mother. And none of that. Because I guarantee you, if we put credit score to bank account, I probably would outdo half of them.
Well.
If we put educational and professional experience, I'll probably outdo half of them. Hell, all of them that I read couldn't even put together a sentence with periods, commas, and just grammatical correctness altogether. They couldn't do that. So you have the audacity to sit on the other side of the screen and try and judge somebody, and hell, you can't even hold a conversation out there about what you're looking for in life.
Maybe they were speaking out of frustration.
What the hell you got to be frustrated for? Because you ain't got no kids. And remember, you financially sound. You riding the gravy train.
Well, I don't think he's necessarily riding the gravy train. I think that it's more or less...
when you say they are detrimental to my or any man of means legacy, I can't build anything tangible with them. And they are always in a desperate position for what? Because I'm pissed by it.
First off, we don't even know where these people are from.
We don't.
These people can be from a totally different country. It is over 7 billion people in the world.
I looked that dude name up. He lived in Chicago.
So you already know Chicagoans is different?
that doesn't change the fact that this type of this foolishness is on the internet. Like, it doesn't change that. Like, it's trash for the highest degree because it brings up the question of single parent versus single man or woman.
Right.
Like, it brings up that situation. Just because you are a single woman or man does not mean you are a single parent. There are certain instances where there's a co-parenting situation very much present and healthy in a lot of people's lives these days. Like, people have decided or determined, like, hey, we're not good together, but I think we can put together a very good parenting relationship for our kids.
But
over
time.
I mean, you have some people that they come to the decision or the conclusion early on. Some you take longer than others. And you got some situations where mom or dad passed away and they left behind a single parent. Or in my situation, hell, I took the step to say, you know what, I'll sign on the dotted line to be a single parent. Like, every situation is different. So to spout this type of rhetoric is completely trash. And I go back and that's why I said 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, these dudes are probably products of single parent households and they hated it. Like, they didn't see their dad, so they just hate it. And that's fine. Like, that's fine, but you don't not get to spit this kind of rhetoric and it be okay.
And I mean, I'll take it even a step further. Maybe these dudes, or dudes who become fatherless baby daddies. You see what I'm saying? Like that could be something too. And as soon as stuff didn't go how they wanted it, and the single mom, or the single female start spouting out and spazzing on them, so they're like, you know what, you ain't nothing anyway, whatever, whatever. And I mean, because it's so many different angles, and there's so many different views, and there's so many different ways to view or look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for sure. So in that, like, it has to be more than just one angle, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and it has to be a lot of angles to it, because their post in and of itself, there are so many outliers to this that you can't just come to that conclusion. Just because I'm a single parent don't mean I need you for nothing. Quiet as it's kept, I don't need you but for one other thing. Oh, okay. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Well,
If we're just talking about just on general basis, we're not talking about companionship and building a life partner. And truth be told, I don't need you for that. They got a store, I can go online and get something for. I'm just saying though, like,
listen,
like,
Linda.
cause you probably don't even know what you're doing no way. For you, like, I can't.
Linda,
Dudes like that piss me off. Like, dudes like that piss me off. It's like your mama should have swallowed you.
Wait a minute. Oh, see this.
Like, it pisses me off. I can't stand dudes like that.
But I'm saying, so if these dudes don't have any type of life coach, these dudes don't have any type of mentors, these dudes don't have anybody in their corner being like, hey man, you should do something different. And guess what? You're going to have 700,000 dudes saying this versus the 7 or the 6.3 billion others who are not. You see what I'm saying? So if you sit there and grab this one handful of people, and then you just start, well, they probably this, they probably that. It's probably maybe a group of these dudes. Because see, this is what I've noticed.
But you notice you see what goes viral, right? You see what kind of stuff that goes viral.
Reactions.
Yeah. It's that kind of stuff. Like,
and it's this. They get you all.
Nah, they do it because they do. Yeah, I am tight. I'm extremely tight about it. I'm extremely tight about it because we don't look at single fathers the same way. Like, when you see a man that is 100% a single father, like he does the day in, day out of taking care of his kids, there is no other woman there to help him. He is celebrated. Like, they bow down at his feet, throw rose petals. He is held at the same level that Jesus is held at.
Because he is a rarity. It's like a freaking pink diamond. Like, it's maybe only like 3 or 5 of those in the whole world. So if you have this and you find it, yes, you're gonna cherish it because there's not a lot of them out there. You got a lot more doing this. You got a lot more doing what you just read than the ones who's gonna be the stand-up type dudes.
So a single mother shouldn't be held at the same girl. One of the comments said that women choose to be a. Who the hell wakes up and say, you know what? I think raising these kids by myself sounds so good. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get on top of myself and get myself pregnant.
No, I'm not saying that. But it's some women out there who feel like their independence stands higher than them being submissive. And I mean, that's in or out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
What you got to submit to if you're not in a relationship? What are we talking about
being
now?
in the middle, and you know what I'm saying? Being the best of co-parents, being the best of.
What level of submission requires co-parent? Like, what? Why does a woman need to be submissive in a co-parenting relationship? What are you saying?
I'm not only saying that it has to be like that for the women. Because the dudes gotta sit there and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If a dude wants a woman to, let's meet in the middle and that's what I'm saying.
That's all you need. You need no submission in it. That's all you need. Okay, you're in a co-parenting relationship, but you're trying to get to a healthy co-parenting relationship, correct? What 3 things do you think are missing for you guys to get to that place? Let's start there when we're talking about co-parenting.
Understanding, consistency, and communication. And when I say communication, like, not based on, well, look, you pissed me off when you said this, so I'm not talking to you. Because at this point, it's almost like, okay, but it's about the kids. So at least if we can sit up there, put our pride to the side, and you know what I'm saying, get out of our feelings and get out of our own way, then we can somewhat meet in the middle. And guess what? Even if we start, we know that we can't get to the middle tomorrow. I mean, you know, the day that you plant the day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you eat the fruit.
But that's not always true, because I know a couple situations where they made a mutual split, and in their mutual split, they decided to they knew they were going to co-parent from the day that they said, you know what, look, this is not working. I'm not happy, you're not happy. Let's split. But our split does not break up our family. But to your point, if we're talking about co-parenting, and again, this is me look on the outside looking in. I'm not in a co-parenting situation. I'm a single woman and I'm a single parent. I'm both of them.
Dope.
So when you talk about co-parenting, what I think you need, number one, you need communication, you need a commitment to partnership, and you need a commitment for the same goal. And that same goal should be about always pushing forward the kids to still see. I think that you can still have a healthy family unit between mom, dad, and kids, and y'all don't be together. Like, your kids can still see you guys
if you're not
as
with
a
somebody.
family.
That's the whole thing.
What you mean if you're not with somebody? You can absolutely. You can be in another city. You can be in a relationship, and she can be in a relationship, and y'all's kids still see a family. You can absolutely, but it takes complete buy-in from both sides.
There you go. Okay.
But that goes back to my point. It is a communication and a commitment to partnership.
True.
You gotta have two parties to have a partnership.
True.
So, and like I told you, like before the whole concept of this podcast even came about, me and you talked last year, and I was like, dude, you and your kids and you and the kids' mom, y'all could absolutely go to the movies together. Y'all could go on vacation together, but it requires buy-in from both parties. There's still some other stuff on the other party side
now
that affects that. But I absolutely still think you guys can. I think you can absolutely. I'm not talking about just y'all. I'm talking about co-parenting in general. You can still function as a family unit for the sake of the kids and not be together. And I'm not smashing here and there, none of that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. That could probably happen if there was not an emotional attachment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's almost like if somebody has an emotional attachment to the ex, then guess what? Trying to do something like that is void.
No, you can't. You can't.
It's void, like completely.
Like, y'all have to have moved. Both parties have to have moved on. Emotionally moved. Like, there is no. I don't want you, but I do want you happy.
Right.
That's where you gotta be, like, together, and y'all both got. But that goes back to a commitment to be on the same goal. Like, y'all gotta be bought into the same goal. And the same goal is, I want you happy, and I want me happy, because when you're happy and I'm happy, we can co-parent together happily.
Right. Meeting in the middle.
Meeting in the middle, but it don't require no submission. Hell, you got that from Sinead. Back to the pits of hell anyway.
Listen. I feel like just naturally, and I mean, you know, y'all can kill me if y'all want to.
I know it's gonna piss me off. Go ahead.
I feel like naturally, it is a woman's duty to be submissive.
If you are in a relationship, I have no reason to submit to no man that I'm not in a relationship at all.
No, but I'm saying, if you're trying to build a co-parenting relationship that's supposed to be healthy, guess what? You're basically in a relationship. Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah, it's a relationship. It's just not a romantic relationship.
But
I'm saying we're separating what type of relationship we're talking about.
Category.
But why is it that the woman always got to take the submissive role for something to work? No, check your pride and your ego at the door. Oh, okay. We bring up pride and ego. Now you got to take 10 deep breaths and count to 3.
It's not about pride and ego. It's about, listen, if a dude is feeling like, okay, listen, this is what it is. And I mean, listen, I'm not saying just because you're submissive that you have no backbone. Like I think
I'm not looking at it that way either because I completely understand submission, but submission is for a purpose. I don't need to be
a couple that's together.
It's within the confines of that relationship. I don't need to be submissive to my ex. I don't need to be submissive to any man that I'm not in a relationship with and in a romantic relationship. What I need to be submissive to you for? Because you a man? Because you got a penis? No, I don't want to hear.
I didn't say that.
These kids need to go to bed so I can freely talk.
I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, okay, if your presentation of something has a certain type of tone, guess what? You're being submissive enough to be mindful enough to where I know if I'm screaming on this dude, I'm pretty much just falling on
That's
deaf
not
ears.
submission, dude. That's not submission at all.
Okay. So when you hear submission, you think it's just a little dog just rolling.
I'm not saying the damsel in distress. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay, so you define your what submission is to you, because I think that right there is where it needs to start. So you define submission. What is your definition of submission?
In the confines of a romantic relationship.
No, your
definition. No, because you asked me my definition. Submission belongs in the confines of a romantic relationship. And submission is yielding to the leadership of a man in a romantic relationship. Yielding to the leadership of a man in a romantic relationship is submission to me.
So let me ask this question. So if your boss is above you and he requires something of you,
go ahead. This is funny. Go ahead.
You mean to tell me that you're gonna be like, oh, I ain't no submissive. I'm not gonna do, because this is a work relationship.
I'm not labeling it that. I'm not labeling it submission.
Right. But I'm saying though, like, if that's how your boss thought, if your boss was like, you know what?
I wouldn't work there.
Oh gosh.
And you know I'll leave anywhere. I ain't happy. They don't know me. You know me. I will leave anywhere I'm not happy. I don't like it. I'm leaving.
I can't like that.
You know me too well. I will leave any place of employment that I'm not happy.
Right. So I'm saying if I'm bringing this up, and I mean at this point I'm just kind of playing, devil's advocate. But I'm saying, like, if I bring this up and say for instance if we split it, you know what I'm saying, we have 100 people that we have this survey with and whatnot, and we have 10 of them that are completely agreeing with you, and another 90 that are like, well, I mean, I feel like woman is supposed to be submissive, or my definition is a little bit different, or I'm agreeing with what Mr. Jamal is saying. Whatever the case may be, you have to have.
My head hurt. This is making my head hurt. Go ahead.
You have to have some type of wherewithal to where you can view the whole picture and not just be so selfish and self-centered to be like, my way of submission or my definition of submission is the end all be all. Because I feel like that's how like your stance is. It's not like you like, well, I can see it from that angle. You just like, no, it's like.
Oh, I'm glad you understand that there's a line in the sand for me. I'm glad you understand because it is. For me, submission for Brandi, I can't speak to nobody else. You get submission out of me in a romantic relationship. You brought only. You brought up a work relationship where my ideas and my opinion and my voice will be respected. If my boss asks me to do something and it's in the confines of my job description, I'm going to do it.
With the right octave.
And always with the right octave. Because if you come at me sideways, who the hell you think you're talking to? That's what you're going to get. So, if we're talking about a professional relationship and you ask me to do something and it's a part of my job description, I'm going to do it because it's a part of my job description. If you ask me to do something that jeopardizes my integrity and you think I'm going to do it simply because you're a man, you're talking to the wrong damn person. Find you somebody else to do it. My definition of submission is yielding to the leadership of a man in a romantic relationship. I don't have no other reason to submit to any other man. My biological father was not in my life. Not submitting to it.
So maybe he did it.
Maybe he did what?
Maybe he is the one who caused you to have this type of...
Maybe, but y'all better take that up with him because I ain't got nothing to talk to him about it for. Maybe.
Well, because you're grown now. So
well, then why we talking about it? Then why we talking about it? My thing, maybe. But I go back to, there's no, so let's take it back, let's bring it back. We're talking about co-parenting. There's no need to submit to anything. We both need to check our ego at the door. Matter of fact, if we're at a place where we're both happy in our life and we're better off apart, we're coming to the table and saying, look, it ain't about you, it ain't about me, it's about these kids. We ain't even got to tag anything with submission. Hey, I think we should do this for the kids. Well, I don't. Well, why do you think we should and why do you think? It's coming down to communication and y'all finding out the best way to parent you guys as kids. It ain't got nothing to do about you because you got a penis. It ain't got nothing to do with it because I got a vagina. At the end of the day, how do we move forward to making sure our kids are complete and whole human beings later on in life?
By submission.
I'm finna jaw the hell out of you, man. I'm finna jaw the hell out of you. Leave me alone. Yo, this got me hot. Like, I'm legit tight about this whole conversation.
What you mean, man?
I'm legit tight about this whole conversation.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Submission ain't gonna get you nowhere because I guarantee you, if you throw that word across the table to a woman and you trying to co-parent, she gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right. But I mean, I feel like this. I feel like, in my eyes, you get submission from a baby mother as opposed to a baby mama. And yo come up right now, look a little suspect.
I'm not a baby mama or a baby mother. I'm not either one of them.
Suspect.
I'm not either one of them.
Suspect right now.
What's suspect about it? What's suspect about it?
Because, like, we are having this, this debate. We're having this, this conversation about, submission. And
I don't even know how this came into the conversation, but go ahead.
Well, because we're talking about single parenting and co-parenting.
No, I mean, I get that. I know how we got on it, but I don't even know why it's a thing in this conversation because it don't belong here.
Well, we've been on it for a minute, so I mean, listen, clearly it has some type of substance in this conversation.
It don't. That's because you think that. So now it makes sense. Now you think homegirl's supposed to be submissive to you. For what? Submissive to you for what? Now she probably would because she has an ulterior motive. But do I need to edit that out? Do I need to edit that out?
Listen, I'm an experience. Okay, I am an experience. It's Big Daddy you're talking to.
This is complete and utter foolishness. This is complete and utter foolishness.
I mean, come on now.
This is complete trash. This is what's trash. Homegirl might submit to you because she has an ulterior motive. See, this is so funny. This is so funny because God be knowing, huh? He be knowing. I'm not gonna submit to you for what?
Okay.
Submit to you for what? I'm not gonna submit to you about something. In most women's cases, I'm not pushed out of my vagina, bro. Submit to you for what?
For the fact that you get more bees with honey than you do with salt. You know what I'm saying? So if you throwing all this salt and all this shade and you coming with this old spice on your tongue and extra jalapenos and all this, like, you cannot come at a man like that and think that the dude's gonna be like, oh, okay.
Hold on, not because.
What you mean?
No, I'm talking to you like that because you don't piss me off.
No, I'm saying that if a dude is dealing with a baby mama versus a baby mother, because it's almost like a baby mother will come with a lot more tactfulness, a lot more sophistication, a lot more, okay, well, no problem. And then it's like, okay, cool, you know what I'm saying? I got me a great co-parent. But if it's like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? You said you was going to do this and now you doing this.
Okay, we're talking about two different, no, and I agree. No, okay, so like, I'm not, let's bring it back. There is a difference between a baby mama and the mother of Joe Blow's kids. There is a complete difference. My thing, number one, let's start by saying this. When you can label a woman as the mother of my children, there's no need to be submissive to use that word submissive because she's already coming to the table with the idea to be a co-parent, to be a partner in this. You ain't gotta come to her with that foolishness because that's what I think it is. It's foolishness. When the first thing you want to do is talk about some submission, brother, leave that at the door. So when you can label a woman the mother of my children, there's already a level of she not on that bicker and bantering bullcrap. She's legit just trying to get a result. Can we set a schedule? This is what the kids have. This is what the kids need. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. How are we making sure our kids are emotionally and mentally healthy and stable? When you got a baby mama, then we're talking about something completely different. She don't know how to have a conversation. She don't want to have a conversation because her feelings still hurt. She mad y'all ain't together. She mad you got a new girlfriend or a new wife.
Okay, let me read this to you, okay? Submission.
Oh, hell. How are we still on this? You are so triggered that I don't agree with it.
Of presenting a proposal, application, or other document for consideration or judgment. For consideration. You see what I'm saying? Submission.
I gave you my definition. Exactly. I don't give a damn what the hell.
See what I'm saying? See? So that's what I'm saying. So when I'm sitting up there saying it, and I give you...
I don't have to deal with no man as it relates to my child until I get married. I don't have to consider no man.
Okay, but what
about... None.
Okay, so what about if y'all are together, y'all official, y'all exclusive, and y'all aren't yet married, but yet y'all are talking about it, or, y'all are, he made you think about proposing. A proposal. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to be submissive, right?
I would have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I told you in a romantic relationship, I am yielding to his leadership completely different. This is completely different. And even with that, say my future, whoever my future husband is, I'm not going to just openly submit my parenting access to you. You don't just get that off the rip.
Right.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. So you don't get to, like, there will become a point when the conversation pivots to, I'm no longer a single parent and we're doing this together. The conversation pivots. And when that conversation pivots, I would absolutely submit to the thought and the opinions of how he thinks he should then parent our child, because it's no longer my child, it becomes our.
Okay, so it just depends on the blend. All right? It just so depends on the blend. Okay, I got it. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah.
I mean, hey, you don't have to agree to disagree, and I don't care.
It is what
I know you want me to say it like we doing Dallas. I don't
See?
care.
Don't care. I don't care. Okay?
Listen.
She said I'm gonna say it right.
Listen, at the end of the day.
Right. I feel like co-parenting and single parenting is two totally different things. But for whatever reason, while doing co-parenting, if the one who is, the primary parent, I feel like, they feel entitled to either come off a certain type of way because they spend more time with the kid or whatever the case may be. But it's almost like, okay, if I am here financially, yet you still want me to be here physically or time spent, directly down the middle, well, won't we go ahead and split my check that I'm giving you right down the middle too? You see what I'm saying? Won't we do that too?
When it even comes to that point, like when you are at, child support is for absent parents.
Hey, say it one more time for the people in the back.
Child support is for absent parents. I don't believe that a parent, because I know it's some women on child support, I don't believe that the parent who is actively engaged in their kid's life, that ain't what child support is for.
Right.
It ain't. Like, and I can even speak to your situation. Like, you getting put on child support well after your kids was born, well after y'all divorced, it has only hurt you guys. It has not helped anything.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
And so that's where you, cause y'all had a pretty decent co-parenting relationship.
And then I got involved.
Then he got in a relationship, and then people got pissed. Hey, SB, what's up?
Shout outs.
And so.
Yeah, so she didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was dating, and I was just kind of like not really committing, it was all good. It's like, oh.
Are you out in the streets? Hold on, don't run past it.
But no, like, whenever that was happening, it was like, okay, well, you know what? I still got a foot in the door, he ain't really, locked down with nobody, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. And it was this glimmer of hope and this glimmer of fingers crossed and, well, if I just give, a little bit more time or a little bit more time, then he'll come back around. But I'm looking like, no, ain't no revolving door over here at all. Ain't. Like maybe like the first 2 weeks after, like I moved out the house, like yeah. Then after that, the first 2 weeks, it was like I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And so with that done, it was like, nah, but don't be done. I was like, no, I'm really done. And so the acceptance of that mixed with the non-submission along with the does not want to understand, along with listen, just because I do understand, I don't have to agree, along with, it's a whole lot of stuff that's mixed up in this pot, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it don't have to be. I feel like it can really, it can really fizzle itself out if it's like, you know what, let's get to the meat and potatoes. But if you are trying to eat, if you're trying to eat some meat and potatoes, but yet you are like in this big old cloud of dust or smoke, like I don't want no smoke. But for whatever reason, it's like you won't smoke with me, and I'm like, but why? I just want to raise these kids, like what I'm saying, be done with it. Like if you can sit up there and be cool with the acceptance of, okay, well he's moved on, he's with this person. I wish them the best, and I genuinely hope that they make it. Then guess what? You can sit up there and give that type of image to. But if you want to try to be so self-centered and so, me, what about this or what about that, then guess what? That's what the kids are going to feed on. And with them being attached to that and you being a vehicle, guess what? Whether you drive slow or you drive fast, the kids are on this ride with you. Like, don't do that. Let them have their own vehicle. Let them put their own vehicle in gear. And if they want to go in reverse, if they want to go straight, if they want to go fast, if they want to go slow, then allow them to be their own individual and allow that to happen. Like, and that's what I'll be constantly trying to tell you as far as, yes, you're raising Big Mike with the morals and the rules and the regulations that you set forth. Guess what? Can't nobody take that from you. But yet, in that same breath, if as he gets older, you still have to kind of like, okay, back up, because it's like, you know what? If I'm constantly helicopter mom, if I'm constantly hovering over him, if I'm constantly, doing all these different things, then guess what? He gonna constantly be, okay, mom. You don't want that. You said that you're raising a black man, so he has to have and find his own independence, just like black girls who have to, find their own independence upon being raised by either single parent, both parents, or co-parenting.
I'm the furthest thing from helicopter mom.
Well, I'm using an example.
Okay, we just talking an example. Okay, cool. Leave it alone.
That's all. That's all.
Well, you just made the statement. I try to tell you when it comes to money.
Right, when it comes to
I ain't no helicopter mom.
No, I'm saying when it comes to him.
You sweating him like that until he be doing stuff.
When it comes to him, you have to find the way that reaches his ear. Because guess what? The way that his peers talk to him, they reach his ear different. The way his teachers talk to him, they reach his ear different. The way that Greg and Carla, the way the whole family, like, so everybody reaches his ear different. But guess what? As the primary, as his cornerstone, as his G code, it's all you. So guess what? The majority of the stuff that he's getting He's getting it from you because if he's around his friends or his peers for 5 or 10 minutes or even 2 or 3 hours, but guess what? He's around you a whole lot longer, especially on the weekend, especially on the evening. Go to sleep, wake up with you. Then guess what? It's going to have to be the little things that you sprinkle on it because sometimes you can sit there and sprinkle a whole lot of sauce on them, or sometimes you can have you only need a teaspoon of this.
And the thing, okay, so it's just a point when you bring up the whole peers and stuff, you got to remember too, though, the reason why, like, Michael's peers have a total different experience than him. So Michael misconstrued a lot of times what his peers can do versus what he can and can't do, and it's just like, dudes, I set up that way, like, right. Different. And trying to get an 8-year-old to understand that is like I would be the crazy one, trying to make him think like. Trying to make him see the differences in his situation. Like, that ain't even fair to his childhood. Like, it ain't even fair to his trauma to try to be like, oh, no, like, you different. Cause your peers got a mom and a dad at home. Like, and they not adopted. Like, that would be whack of me to do that. And so, in the confines of our very different situation, I have to parent him accordingly. Like, I have to. If Michael get in trouble, like that movie with what was the movie on Netflix? American Son. Thanks, Brenna. American Son. Like she didn't start getting resolved and stuff in with her son until the dad came in the picture.
That movie,
it's a movie. Right.
So
I gotta admit that I was trying to say that the dad was white. I was trying to say that the dad was white, but no, like she didn't start getting results and stuff in that situation until the dad came in, and the dad is white, and so you dealing with cops and stuff. Come on, it's a whole different code. Oh, yeah. My issue is we don't
talk to 12.
Okay, we don't talk. We ain't seen nothing. We ain't heard nothing. We don't talk to 12 over here.
Talk to 12.
But my thing is to even take that a step further, we are in a predominantly white neighborhood.
But you still have to teach and instill.
I do, but if Michael gets in trouble, who I'm gonna call? Jason.
First off, if Michael gets in trouble just based off Michael's vocab and his dialect, and he's going, well, Mr. Spider, so he's not gonna come.
That doesn't work. No. That does not work.
Why not?
If a racist cop approach my kid, I don't care how well put together his verbiage is. He sees Michael's gonna be every bit of 6 foot tall, and it's gonna be very soon that he's gonna be standing over me. I'm 5'10", and it's gonna be very soon that my kid is gonna be standing over me, and he's a black boy. So if you're a racist cop, all you see is my tall black son. That's a threat to you. I don't care what kind of vocabulary that he put together. You see my son as a threat. And so I don't get to call, hopefully at that time I can call his dad, but at the end of the day, his dad's going to be a black man as well. If he gets in trouble right now, all I can do is call you or his godfather. Like I got to be realistic to our situation. Your friends, they're 9 times out of 10, there's a little white boy, a little white girl, and she got 2 white parents at home. We living in a way different world, and I gotta parent my kid accordingly to that. And so that means, son, you can't steal not only because stealing is wrong, you can't steal because in a few years, if you steal, they're gonna put a bullet through your skull.
They really are. That's no cap. That is no cap. Woo!
So my approach is very much a little bit over the top. Because I'm not parenting him just for today. It's already bad in 2019. What is it going to look like in 2025, 2026?
Like Total Recall.
Like, it's about to be crazy out here. And if I don't prepare him for that now, then I did him an injustice.
Yeah, this is real.
So when it comes to this submitting stuff, bruh, I'm not submitting to it. Unless I done changed my last name to yours. I don't want to hear what you got to talk about.
Or, in your case, unless it's an application. Got it.
An application for what?
For something. Okay, that's the only way.
An application for what?
That's the only thing that you're submitting. Okay, an application.
Oh.
Okay.
I advocate for a new job.
So like,
Shout out to my boss. Shout out to my project manager because he ain't crazy like that. Shout out to my senior PM. They ain't crazy like that.
Yeah. There you go. They know who to come at with. Okay.
Okay, because she not here for it. Because I will remind you real quick. Oak Cliff. That was once my hood. Get it in your face. Put it in your face.
Get it in your face. And put it in your face.
Get that understood. So, final thoughts, just to wrap all this up. Number one, I want to date a single mother. That's fine, dude. Like, I completely respect your preference in who you choose to date. Get it, got it. But if your thought about dating a single woman is based off of the fact that you think that she is drama, you think that she got bad credit, you think that she has nothing to offer you, nothing more than her vagina, you're trash and the scum of the earth. Your mama should have swallowed you. Your daddy should have wore a condom. Like all of that. That's my first thought about you. Number two, everyone's situation isn't what you think it is.
Say that.
I myself, like I said at the opening of this show, I am a single mother because I chose to adopt a child and give him a better life.
You a single mother parent.
Single mother parent. Single woman parent.
Hey, what's up?
But I guarantee you, I hold my own. Highly overeducated, I think, in a lot of ways. Shut up. Second master should be done here soon.
This is Dr. Brandi.
Second master.
I'm just Mr. Jamal, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is Dr. Brandi. You know what I'm saying?
You get on my nerves.
MD, PhD, EDD. You know what I'm talking about? My goodness.
But if your thought on dating a woman is simply because you think she comes with a lot of baggage, I'm gonna ask that you go look at yourself and deal with all of you, because only a very ignorant person will come to that conclusion, and I do mean ignorant person, because I don't judge you for not seeing your kids every day. I don't think you a bad person. I would just encourage you, hey, change the narrative in the path that you have with your kids, because that kid deserves better, because that kid didn't ask to be here. Furthermore, as it relates to co-parenting, if mother or woman, you do not allow your kids to see a healthy family unit because you still have an emotional attachment to your ex, you need to go deal with you and stop being selfish so those kids can have their other parent in their life, so those kids don't have to suffer unnecessary trauma because you won't move on, basically.
I like it.
Those are my final thoughts.
My final thoughts are this. You can be the best single parent, you can be the best co-parent. I feel like it's all about you and your own personal consistency. Even though, it may lead to frustration if, you're being as if you're being as upfront and presenting the things that you can present in a way that is, beneficial to all involved, but yet it has to go by, the other parents' dictatorship, if you will. Y'all not gonna ever get on the same page. So to piggyback off of what you were saying, you have to, in order to get to that point, you have to put your pride to the side. You have to, remove your emotions from whatever stance it is that you're viewing or doing things from, and be like, you know what, this is about my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me. You know what I mean? So if your co-parent or whomever you're raising kids with calls up on a day that they're not supposed to have them, or I feel like it can work hand in hand, but it can't just be a one-sided thing. Well, you ain't seen them in 2 weeks, so you should go here and see them for the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's just like, but you can't really do that. Like, just appreciate what it is I'm presenting, and I promise you, the kids will do the same thing. If a kid don't see their dad for say 4 to 6 months because their dad is working over abroad, or the dad is working as far as an actor, or whatever the case may be, like, don't sit up there and put any type of bad vibes or bad thoughts in a kid's head to where it's like, oh, well, your daddy ain't nothing, or what I'm saying, your mama ain't nothing because she chose to do this instead of people chose to. Don't do that. Like, be be like, hey, listen, you want to call dad? Okay, cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll see him, whenever, or you'll be able to spend time with him. Like if you give that kid that glimmer of hope and that type of excitement, then I promise you they're gonna feed off that. But if you are giving this kid a lot of slander, a lot of bad mouth, a lot of your daddy ain't this, or your daddy ain't that, or he wasn't acting like this before he got with such and such, or whatever the case may be. Like, and even that same voice, if it was the Rosewood Perks, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something that you remove yourself from, put your kids in the center of, and be like, you know what? I'm doing this for the kids. I'm rocking like this for my kids. I'm doing like this because of the kids. If it's about the kids, make it about the kids. Keep it about the kids. Just like that's what that is.
I agree with everything you said. However, if there becomes a situation, I know my situation was a little different, and I've seen this. My sisters actually experiencing this, or was I guess they're on the upward
there
side
we go.
of this.
I like it. Right.
She don't have no kids.
I know. You talking about?
Oh, okay. They're on the upward side of trying to fix all this. Anyway.
I'm doing like this because I know the backstory. Like, don't do me like that. Like, don't.
I didn't know you was going. I was like, what are you talking about? I was confused.
Don't do me like that.
I was confused because I thought you was confused. So, all right, cool.
Exactly what I'm doing. Like, for real.
All right, my bad. My bad. But yeah, so my thing is, if for whatever reason I feel like that the father is trying to play our kids, and what I mean by that, you say you gonna come get them and don't. Yeah, if you deal in false promises, I am going to protect the emotional and mental health of our kids until you get yourself together. I would not subject my kid. That's even to the point that I said about Michael.
Okay, so if you got somebody who is delivering or bringing up false promises, or you allowing your frustration to say things that are bad mouthing or trash talking.
No, I'm not gonna trash talk you because the writing is on the wall. Okay. The writing is on the wall. I'm not gonna bad talk you. However, I will put in a barrier that you do not continue to deliver false promises. And that barrier is you cannot talk to our kids until you do what you said you were going to do, until you do it. I'm just saying, I agree with all what you said, but I don't know any mother in their right mind or father in their right mind that's going to allow the other parent to just keep making false promises and they got to be clean. They're left cleaning up the mess when that other parent don't deliver. That's all I got to say about that.
For sure.
So,
those final thoughts. That's the show for the night.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank y'all.
Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We will be brought his child over here tonight. My child is in the bed. Usually he asked me because he stay up to hold little homegirl back there company. This ain't gonna happen no more because my child is wired to the T. I don't like it. But thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And you guys have a very happy Thanksgiving with your family, friends, and loved ones. And we will see y'all in December.
Bless to y'all. Peace.